Hello, so we're continuing with the React Hooks documentation that we had and React Hooks library. All these things shared hook with context, minimal hook first, GraphQL client. And we're listening to Buckethead at the moment. So everybody shout out to Buckethead. Such a beautiful music for us. Is there a React Hooks for Supabase? There should be. React Supabase. Oh, wow. So this is not catching up or what? I thought it was catching up, but it seems that it's not catching up. So I think, okay, it's catching up. Okay, fuck. So actually, I thought what I have to do now is let's just play it in. Our mic is not going to pick the music, so we will just lower the volume and continue here. So here is a promise order quiz, JavaScript quiz. So from this code, we need to find what does the code snippet to the right output by console log. Okay, there is this new promise. There is this resolver console log 2 results. This won't be, but first it will print console log 1, right? And then at some point it will also print 4, or we can do like this. Okay, let's just in chat I can, or let's say I have to open let's open this clipboard here, and let me change the layout autofill. Where is the font? Not bold, definitely. And so fonts, let me change the font size to 13, or let's 18, and regular. This one should work. Okay. Okay, here is the font. Here is the size of the font. Let's see, I have to play this preview. Okay, what I have to do is this is okay. Okay, is why can I select this one? If I close this one, okay. So this is the challenge. One will be printed in some point. 4 also will be printed in some point. There is this promise, const promise, but nobody is calling promise. So promise will not then console log 5 will be called. 1 and 4 will be there, and new promise is resolved. Dot then console log 6 will be called. At some point 7 also will be called, right? These things will be called. Set timeout 10 millisecond and set timeout 0 millisecond. 9 also will be called at some point. Directly writing console log 9 and giving 0 and set timeout is both are the same thing. And at some point after 10 millisecond, which is I think 10 millisecond will be printed at last. So what we can do here is 1 will be printed, 5 will be printed, 1 will be printed, 4 will be printed, right? And 1 and 4 will be printed. Given is the promise, 2 will be printed, it will be resolved. If it's resolved, then 5 will be printed. Also, if that is the case, then 6 will be printed, then 3 will be printed, right? And then only 7 will be printed, 9 and 8 will be printed. I think that is the case. Let's try with this one. On, I think it's not a new line character, so we will be, you know, sticking it on the same line. So I think this is the case. Let me try. I'm not sure. Interview and serial on one line for each log. Okay, one line for each. Then I have to, okay, that's request. So let me submit. Oh man. Let me just control X this here. Let me do something here, okay. Submit, sign in with GitHub, authorize with GitHub. Okay, since we signed in with GitHub, let's just try and close this. This is the submission. Seems not right. Is it the right format? Use double quotes and no unnecessary space. I mean, what? Format guide. Ah! No, I don't. I mean, do I need double quotes? I don't think so. Yes. Or no more. I don't think so. Submit. Okay, it's not right. It says, right? Next, 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 next. Got it. And it seems that at first one promise.then 5 promise is already resolved. I think 3 is never printed. That's my one of the guess. Okay, let me submit it in this way. Let me understand. Can you help me understand the promise flow? Let's do that. Okay, and promise in JavaScript object that represents eventual completion or asynchronous and its resulting value. Asynchronous code. Promise resolve or reject. Promise flow is that either it resolves or either it rejects. Success equals to true. Fetch data. Fetch successfully. Then process data. Processing data. Okay. Promise chaining. Okay, they are just chaining the promise, right? So it means 5 and 6 and then 7. 1 and 2. 1, 4, and then 2. I think 2 will be called before 4. Runs first because it is the actor call stack immediately. Print 1. Exit running the promise. Prints 2. Resolve which service can call the dynamic tags. Prints 3. Console of prints 4. Promise dot and scheduling. Is called the promise and then is given as a micro tags to run after the current synchronous execution. This dot then say resolve as follows. Schedules the execution from 1, 2, 3, 4. What? 1, 2. I mean 1, 2, resolve and 3. 3 also will be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 5, 6, 9, 8. Synchronous code is executed first. Callbacks are executed in order. 5 and 6, these are the callback. 5 and 6 are the callback are executed in order. At first, our synchronous tasks will see this is synchronous task and this is a callback. That's why they will be event loop. And 9 and 8 set timer callback are executed with one schedule with 0 millisecond delay. Okay. Event loop execution. After the synchronous code finishes, event loop processes the micro tags first, promise dot, then runs printing 5, then chain, then run next printing 6. Once all micro tags are completed, the event loop moves to the macro tags. Set timer execute first because it was scheduled with a delay of 0. The set timer 0 executes next. Both set timer callback are okay. Set timer scheduling. Both set timer callback is viewed as macro tags. Okay, there is a concept of micro tags and macro tags, and I guess this is a really nice concept, man. Macro tags and micro tags in JavaScript. Micro task and macro task in JavaScript. Promise.then scheduling. When promise.then is called, the callback inside then is queued as a micro task to run after current synchronous. We got it now. So first synchronous code will flow. One will be the answer, and still this is the synchronous tracks. 2 and 3 are in synchronous. 4 also will be in the synchronous. 5 and 6 are, they will be scheduled for later on. So 7 will be the next answer, and then our asynchronous callbacks will be the in the line. So 5 and 6, and set timeouts will be the in the next line. So 9 and 8 will be the answer. I think that's the answer. Let's submit the code. Based on ChatGPT, we found our answer. Let's not share it because JavaScript quizzes. Okay, let's go to promise executor. Okay, so for previous one was promise order. Now this is promise executor. New promise. So let's just remove this. So enter the answer here. This is JavaScript. Okay, and what does the code snippet to the right output by console.log? Okay, new promise. Resolve 1, resolve 2, reject error, dot then value, console log value. Okay, 1, 2, error, I think. 2. But since it's error, uh, it rejects, right? So, but it resolves also. So I don't know. Error might be the case. Submit. Let me give you format. Let's make its format proper. Okay, it's not working. And let's learn about promise in more detail. Then promise JavaScript. Promise JavaScript. Object represents eventual completion of a synchronous operation. Proxy for a value not necessary to know when the promise is created. Handler with an asynchronous action eventual success value or failure region. Value like synchronous method. Promise method are used to associate further action with the promise that becomes settled. Gives up to argument first can call back. Second argument call back is a rejected case. When you use the following terminology, initial promise is the promise on which then it's called. New promise, the promise written by them that call back first. There are for fulfillments. Promise and learn determines the settled state of the new promise. If my promise rejects, will be called okay. Promise concurrency. I mean, ChatGPT is the answer here. So JavaScript quiz for okay. So new promise. dot then first the value will be there. It tries to resolve one, tries to resolve two, and error. So I think error is the case, right? Whatever is the executor there, I think error will be there. See, let's see the solution. So once promise is fulfilled or rejected, it can be fulfilled or rejected again. Oh, okay. So okay, let me just copy this. This is really powerful statement here. So once promise is resolved or rejected, it won't get resolved or rejected again. So for example, promise set timeout resolved. Again it won't resolve. Okay, so it only resolves once. So if or else, either it resolves in if or else, or so one promise for one resolve. That is the case. So I think simple promise flow is that you define a promising promise and provide a function that takes two parameter resolve and success. Once the promise resolved, execute the success callback. I got it then. Answer will be just one. Submit. Well done. Let's close this one. Promise then callbacks. Okay. What does the code statement in the write console.log? Promise.resolve one, then gives two, then three, value is three, 9, then 4 console log. I mean, that value will be console log. Then it will be 4. I don't know. Let me say the documentation again, and if you can find something from here, then it will be better. So, uh, chain promise. I used to say further action with the promise that becomes settled. The then method takes up two arguments. The first argument is a function callback. Fulfill case of the promise, and the second argument is called a function for the rejected case. The catch and finally method called then internally and make error handling less verbose. And for example, catch is really just a then without passing the fulfillment handler. All these methods return promise, they can be changed. For example, promise resolve set timeout, resolve full, handle fulfill a, handle rejected a. Okay, we will use the following term in the initial promise in the promise on which then is called. A promise is the promise written by then. Two callback passed to then are called fulfillment handler. Settle state of the initial promise determine which handler to execute. If the initial promise is fulfilled, the fulfillment handler is called with the fulfillment value. Completion of the handler determines the settled state of the new promise. The promise settles in the same state as the return value. Above my promise rejects. We will call and if comprise normally. Must be immediately. You want to maintain error state down the chain. You must try error. Okay. Why not I ask ChatGPT about it? It will be really helpful. But I think the chaining concept is also described by. Let me just get answer from ChatGPT. I mean, theoretical wise, code demonstrate the event loop of the interaction between call stack. Let me just decrease the volume. Promise.resolve one code analysis. Promise the resolve with the value one is created. The immediate result moves to the first dot, then callback it returns two, which becomes the result value of the next dot, then not a function but a direct value 3, and first then is ignored and the previous value 2 is passed to the next. What? Really? Not a function but a direct value 3, When a non-function is passed to then, it is ignored and the previous value 2 is passed to the next dot then. Wow. Wow. 2 times 3, 2 3 is 6. Once it's already resolved, it doesn't resolve. So 6 is the answer. Ah. Promise then callbacks to, okay, so this is some sort of giant. So irritating, man. Okay, this is really irritating. This part is promise dot result 1 dot then value console of value return value plus 1. Where is it returning? So the entire block will be returned or what? 1 1 will be the answer. Dot catch dot finally. Wow. What is the dot then callback in promise? Or dot then method in JavaScript is standard successful resolution of a promise. It allows you to attach a callback function that runs when the promise is resolved. The callback function is dot then is the result level function returns value or and the promise. Promise dot then unfulfilled unrejected. Give me a second, guys. What? No, I just logged in there. I guess that's why. Distraction, just throw it away and unfulfilled callback is executed. But then the value is used. Then next value returns value from the next end. Value for the next end. Okay. Okay. Okay, it will return for next then. Okay, that's the case. Then I got it. Basic dot then uses. That's the dot then uses. It should, yeah, this block should return something, right? That's why. And so if that is the case, then it will resolve one. That value will be everything is inside dot then dot catch dot finally dot then. Okay, Uh, okay. What if resolves one gives two console logs? Posit console log one gives adds it and gives to console log two becomes the then the two will be again printed on the next block. So that's console log two returns promise dot resolve. Once the promise is resolved, it won't resolve again, but it's a new promise going on in here. So I guess it can run, but it's a promise inside a promise, so it might run. So it's resolving three. We will give it three, right? So, but outside promise value was two, so it will uh, give us two. Console log will be two, and then it will return promise or reject four. And once it rejects, it's cached, and four will be printed again, right? Finally, the value which was 2 will be the 1 printed again, but it will return 10 again. So I don't think the 10 will be printed or not, but let's just give it a try, and we can remove 10 and submit again. Okay, let me just try it. Okay, let's remove 10 and submit again. Let's ask now to our gods almighty. Oh, let's ask our almighty. And what Almighty tells us is that let's break down the code. Let me hide this here for an instance here, and I think it should work now. Break down the code step by step to understand the front end and output code analysis. Initial promise, result, here's the result promise. First dot, then to the next, then second, then logs to third, then is value is on the previous, then logs undefined. Really? What? Doesn't return any, so the next, oh, it doesn't returns, that's why. Just console logs, so value it receives undefined, it's undefined, but since it resolves, also 3 will be logged. Wow, I didn't knew that. So let's just try again. Okay, let's just try once again. First it's 1, then value and console log is 2. It doesn't returns anything, so undefined. The promise 3 is resolved, so 3 will be printed right there. And 3 is resolved. Okay, 3 is resolved. And console log 3 will be printed again because it returns there, right? So, but it returns promised or reject 4. So, uh, console log 4 also will be catched. And finally, something either it should catch or it should be finally. So, I'm not. It doesn't returns anything, and the value will not be called. I think, right? So maybe let's just send it here. Okay, 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 okay. Let's just understand few concept again. Put dot then logs undefined. What rejects with promise. For why will it? Oh, The inner promised result does not return a value to the outer dot, then the outer dot then resolves with undefined. So this block doesn't resolve a value to outer block. This resolve just is used inside. So return doesn't comes with 3. I thought it will come with 3. Okay, it's okay then. 4 dot then also returns with the promise with 4, with rejects the promise with 4, logs undefined again, dot catch from the rejected promise val equals to 4, from the rejected promise logs 4, finally val equals to undefined, final does not receive the val from the previous dot catch. One doesn't return anything so undefined. Also, when it's 3, for this val doesn't returns anything so undefined, then it rejects 4, val will be printed with that reject block. Finally, it doesn't return anything so also undefined. Undefined returns 10. 10 will be printed here, I guess. Also 4 will not be printed there. Let me submit it. Let me check it, okay? First, that's exactly what ChatGPT is saying. Ah, fuck. Okay, let's just ignore this one and let's go to arrow function, or we might check other functions or let's see other code also, but JSON stringify is also here. Promise then callbacks. We can also go to scope. What does the code snippet and write the console logs? Okay. JavaScript quiz. Set timeout. Set timeout console log. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Again 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's the case. Oh, bar and let. Shit. What? Wow, I didn't thought about this. So where is the function scope, not box scope? In the first loop, I is declared globally and is set across all the iteration of the loop. That is block scoped. In the second loop, each iteration block gets its own block scope. Now block to run after the synchronous code completes. Set timer schedule super well. By the time the callback in the first loop is used, the loop has already completed and the value of I is 5. So where is declared globally. Function is called side function. During its iteration, the same I is incremented. By the time the set timer callback execute, loop has finished and I is 5. Wow. It says that, this loop will run. No, I mean, this will run for at first. I's value will be 5. And on each loop, I didn't got this, man. Like, this loop will run also. So confusing. This is super confusing to me. Arrow function. Object.a function return this.dale. Maybe BAP. So console log object.a is BAP, right? Okay. Return this.dale. So that's BAP. Object.a. I don't know, like object can have those kind of method that we are not. Okay, let me ask like method inside an object. Those. Object method in the object method. Object dot method. No, I didn't mean object methods. Object dot values. Object dot group by. Object dot entries. No, not those kind of object method, but method inside an object. I mean method inside an object. Not method, but method. Functions inside object. That's what I wanted. So I wanted to check, object func. Okay, this will work. Object func one test will work. Object. I mean, let's ask ChatGPT. Will this work? Will this work? Object. Object loss. Func. Will this work or not? The syntax returns close the value, but missing some crucial event. Function body. Correct syntax. Oh, this will work then. Okay. Object.func and we will call it as okay. Object.func. Okay, that should work then. That's fine. Okay, object.grid. Alternative syntax. This is ES6 syntax. This is this parameter you can define them. Okay, I got it. Final answer. This will work. So our challenge is to find, console log A B C D E F G H I. So every everyone has its own console log, right? So this dot bfe. So what I do is bfe will be printed here, then dot b. It will just return this. So okay, I mean it won't print in console, but it will just return. But it will console log that. Okay. bfe this dot dev again bfe second time, third time also return this dot dev. This is an arrow function and gives as asynchronous, but it's a callback. It's a function. It should work. bfe that should work also. C is also working. Return. Okay, self instance. This is also known as IFE, IFFE, IFFE, IFE. What's IFFE in JavaScript? IFE. Okay, introducing IFE. IFE are anonymous functions that are defined and immediately called in the same statement, which are often used to create local scope within a script or module, which can be useful for organizing your code. So, IFE will be executed also. But this is a callback, right? But that's a function too. If you also will be executed, so let's write bfe. This will also call this dot b. Okay, again bfe, and not cfe but bfe. But this is undefined. C is also bfe. Again undefined, and function return this dot dev, that is bfe. Ff. F H and I. So this is bfe. What the heck? This also gives us bfe. And last one, I function returns this is not a bfe. We don't have bfe function. We don't have that bfe function, so I guess undefined. B C D E A B C D E A B A B C D E A B C D E F G H I F G H I F G H I. Again, let's ask to our gods what they have to offer. Okay, let's analyze the code carefully. Object.a equals to the object's results bfe. Enclosing lexical scope is the global context where this data is undefined. Same thing inside the outer function equals to object, because this inside the outer function, because D is called an object. Inside the D inherits from the enclosing function D. I mean, whatever.